Good morning. It is Let It Go and Let It Grow. And this is Friday, March 27th, 2026. Let It Go today is the Magician. And the Magician is manifestation, will, personal power, and creation. It is an air sign. It is Gemini, and it is in the aspect of Mercury, Gemini. So we're releasing the need to control every outcome. So when we realize that we have the ability to manifest things towards us, we talk about the law of attraction, and the law does not have, the law is not faithful to you. The law is the law. So you have to look at what you're putting out to what you're getting back in. And knowing that you can't control absolutely everything that you are calling into you or trying to release. So the Magician is asking you to release the control, the need to know about how this is going to happen. When you're manifesting, it is about asking for what you want and then releasing. It's not up to you to know how this is going to happen, because that's when the ego and the mind gets in the way of things. So release the control of knowing how it's going to happen. Let go of overthinking the next move. We have the ability to harness all of the elements together: earth, air, fire, water, and in our true essence, we are spirit. So we harness all of this within ourselves, but we tend to overthink how we are going to do things and how we are going to manifest what we want. The Magician is all about that manifesting energy, the infinity in how we're going to do it. He also has the infinity on his hat. And in doing this, we churn, we overthink. And this is about, once again, that letting go. Once you ask for what you want, step out of the way, because it's not up to us to overthink how everything is going to happen. That overthinking actually also has a charge of energy, which can lead you to unthinking and unraveling what you actually want in the first place. Drop self-doubt of your abilities. We are all masters of manifestation. We just tend to overanalyze, overthink, and then try to teach ourselves that we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough for what we want in this life. And that's not true. Don't let your own limitations, self-actualized limitations, keep you back. We have the universe within us. We are stars. We are stardust incarnate. So we have the ability of the universe harnessed inside of us already. This is universal manifestation. This is using all of that energy that we have always been given to our advantage. So step out of the way of that old self-doubt and self-talks. Stop trying to figure out everything before acting. So this is knowing that you can trust going with the flow, as I was talking about yesterday, getting into that flow state. So when you're in a creative state, when you're in a manifesting state, you just flow with that energy and then release and step back into your own life. So that's where the true magic is of the Magician, knowing how to separate yourself from the physical life and the material life and that magic energetic life, walking between worlds, so to speak, and being able to let go and not overthink and overturn what you actually want, because all of those thoughts have energy behind them as well. So yeah, stop trying to control absolutely everything, because as you spin those thoughts, you're creating energy, you're creating a magnetic pull. If you think of the body, the center line here, and the energy coming out and turning back around and coming up, it's called a torsion field. And you can use that and charge that for your manifestation, but it also works in the other way, that if you're overthinking, that energy just keeps feeding into itself. So you're wanting to really keep an eye on having to figure everything out in the moment, because the present moment is all you really have in the physical realm. And trust that you have every tool by your side that you need. In the traditional tarot, the Magician is standing behind a table and has a representation of earth, so a pentacle, air, a sword, fire, wand, and water, a cup with them. So you have all of this. You have the mastery, and then you have the infinity symbol showing you that energy is always flowing, never ending. So it's always available to you. So trust that you have your tools at your hand. You have everything that you need right in here and right in here. Heart, brain, coherence. That's the other thing I do, which I think is brilliant with this, with the infinity symbol. When I'm working with people in Reiki and reflexology, actually at the end of the treatment I do, but when I'm working with Reiki, one of the positions I do is here, which is heart, brain, coherence, and I actually picture a figure 8 symbol or the infinity symbol going between those two centers to link them up. So knowing that you have that ability, come into it from heart, brain, not just brain. The brain will get you into all kinds of trouble, the overthinking. Drop into that heart center, that feeling, that emotion, and that energy of the heart center, which actually creates that magnetic field I was talking about earlier, the torsion field. So for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius air signs, the mind is extremely powerful, but it can also be overcomplicated by getting in the way of absolutely everything. The Magician asks you to trust your abilities instead of overanalyzing absolutely everything. So that's the message of the Magician today. And letting it grow is the 10 of Cups, which is a beautiful card. Cups is emotion, fulfillment, relationships, and harmony. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the 10 of Cups is Mars and Pisces influence. So we are growing emotional fulfillment through our connections. So that is opening yourself up to connecting with others, being around others, and knowing that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be family, that you can have fulfillment with these relationships. Nurture the relationships today that bring you the peace and the joy into your life. So you want to step into that heartfelt gratitude towards your friends, your family, those people around you that can help you and aid you in your peace and harmony, helping you also come into that state of physical life coherence. So allow yourself to feel happiness without fear. I know this is a weird thing to say, happiness without fear, but when you're living in the hormones of stress, in those chemicals of stress over and over and over again, you are always, as I said the other day, waiting for that other shoe to drop. So even in the states of happiness, even in the states of peace and calm, even in the states of joy, there's a background feeling of, so what am I missing? Like, it is knowing that you're deserving of this peace and joy. You know, allow yourself to feel this happiness and know in that present moment, in the now, in the happening of this, that's exactly what it is. Don't lend attachment, don't lend stories, don't project don't go to the past, don't project into the future. Be here now with your happiness and enjoy. And I just saw a bird fly by, and you know, that's a little joy spot for me, watching the crows the last couple of days fly by with twigs and stuff in their mouth, going to build their nests. So, you know, you can find joy in the smallest little things as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, a big party or something splashy. It could be literally a joy moment, or a happy moment could be watching a bird fly by. Like, it's that easy. But finding the gratitude in those moments, one of the things I'm working on too is thankfulness for abundance coming in known and unknown ways. So when it comes in, I'm actually, you know, we are going away in a couple weeks, Ray's teaching, and the guy who's hosting the seminar where Ray's teaching at phoned and said, you know what, I'm going to pay for one of your hotel room nights. Well, that's money coming in that we didn't expect, right? So that, take that moment, find the gratitude in the moment, thank the universe. Thank you. That's relieving some pressure off of us financially. We just had to have our car fixed, which we did not expect to cost as much as it did. So, you know, in and out. So money always comes in, money goes out. Money always comes back to you, money goes out. It's just the way, it's energy. You know, you have good energy days, you have bad energy days. So it's all about the same thing, knowing how to harness that, but in a state of gratitude. Create harmony with your home and your heart. So do things that make you feel happy in your own house. Do things that bring you joy. If it's a statue of something or someone, put it there. Like, could be a goddess, God, whatever. Could be Jesus, a cross. Doesn't matter. Whatever brings you that happiness, whatever brings you that peace, do it. My house is set up sort of like, I had one friend say it's like visiting Harry Potter's house. Like, so there's a lot of things in here. It can be overwhelming to people. I have a lot of things, but that's my happy spot. And my magical tools are where I need them, my sound instruments, and so it brings me joy. My house brings me peace and joy. So it's about setting that up so that you have at least one space in your house. It could be a little altar, it could be a little nook with your books, something that brings you joy. Make sure you tap into that and step into emotional alignment. So those are all the cups in harmony. You can see the chakra system there in perfect balance. So yeah, you want to step into emotional alignment today as well. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, emotional depth leads to true fulfillment. The Ten of Cups is a reminder that joy is not something to chase. It is something that you allow into your life. So release the need to control the magic that you have at hand. Grow a life that feels like home. You already have everything you need. Now allow yourself to feel it. And 2 questions to ask yourself today. Where do you overthink your power? And what does emotional fulfillment feel like to you right now? So that is the reading. I'm going to quickly do a Healing Spirits card. I like to keep the readings like under 10 minutes, but today I apparently had a lot to say. So who knew? And you can, these readings are on YouTube, so you can always watch them 1.5 speed or 2 speed, so it's half the time. I listen to a lot of stuff in 2 speed. I think it's the ADHD mind. That's how I operate, so I watch most videos in 2 speed. Speak your truth with passion. Don't be afraid to shine your light. Don't be afraid to stand in that power. Don't be afraid to be who you are. You see a lot of orange here, a lot of sacral energy, which is the sexual energy. It's also the creative energy. You see a lot of yellow also, which is the solar plexus energy, the personal power. So once again, you can take these 2 centers and imagine a figure 8 between the 2 of them, linking them together. These are the 2 hardest chakras I have to deal with. They've been the longest to come around. I'm still working on them. I'm actually weirdly working with my naturopath with these 2 chakras right now to finally bring them into alignment, to open up to the potential that I have, to stop living small and to gain control of my own sense of creativity and self and power and step back into my own life. So this is asking you to step into that power, to realize that you are a powerful being, you are fire, you are light to the core. So have a good day, and that's how I see it for today. Have a good one. Bye.